I'm a dumbass, and I was sharing the show in the wrong group, everybody. So
I was wondering why you were like shaking your head.
Yeah,
at me.
I was actually sharing the wrong video. So we're gonna take a time out here and let me do this a second.
Take a time out. Evening, guys. I can do that. How is everybody doing? I cannot believe it has been, 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost since we did it last.
I think it's longer than that. I think December 7th was our last show, so we're almost...
It was excuse me. Man, it's been too long. I missed it.
Yeah, we're basically going on like almost a whole month. So.
I was like having the shakes and everything, and I cannot wait to be back. Woo!
The shakes.
This
my
is
God.
Awesome.
Well, welcome.
But then you gave me a monster, and it was all good.
Yeah, we want
not a sponsor yet.
Yeah, we were just talking about we need to reach out to Monster as a sponsor. So, guys, this is the Gig Economy Podcast. Thanks for joining us. You can go to gigeconomyshow.com for everything related. We have a new website that Jesper worked on. It looks really sexy. Appreciate him.
Still a little bit of work in progress. We're getting there.
It's always a work in progress. So I thank you guys for joining us. I want to mention our Patreon members, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud Dickman from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, Omar from Detroit, Lindsay G from Santa Clara, California, and Jamie H from Tennessee. We guys thank you enough. And if you want to get listed with your name on the show live, join us at patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. Everything I mentioned link-wise is all listed in the description of the show or the podcast that you are listening to.
And Jamie has joined the chat a lot. I mean, really,
what chat?
Really appreciating like the Telegram chat.
Oh, why don't you tell us about the Telegram?
So, we also have our own little chat that, everybody is out there talking, and it's getting more and more active again. And there's a link in that to that one as well. We all use a special software called the Telegram. Oh, it's an app, I guess. Software, there you go. And so we out talking all the time, and now that I'm starting driving more, and Jason is on the road all the time, and it's really feeling a little bit like the olden days, and it's good. It is good to be back. And it's a way of being supportive, as well. And unfortunately, Jamie had something happen last week.
Her car went boom, boom.
Her car went boom, boom, which is, she was driving a very reliable Volvo, and apparently now it's not so reliable anymore, unfortunately. So she's solving that problem. But, we all kind of there talking about it and giving, emotional support or whatever. And that's what we do. So it is very cool. And it has definitely, Jamie has added a lot ever since he's joined. So you guys should join too.
Yeah. Good ad for Telegram. Good job. Before we jump into news, just tonight we're going to talk about Amazon says thanks. Uber fuel help is gone and Walmart drones are back. I'm trying to promo what we're going to talk about at the show. I don't know why people say you're supposed to do that.
It's a good idea.
Just as, kind of wet your whistle.
Anyways. Catherine, you can absolutely be in the cool group. All you have to do is join the link on Telegram for the Telegram group and come join us. And whenever we're out driving, we are talking. And even if we're not driving, we're talking. I know Gabe is very active right now. Gabe is in Michigan, but he is in a different market than us. Jamie is in Detroit. Larry is in Bowling Green, of course, and and Janet is in New Zealand.
Yeah,
and is coming to the States.
Yeah,
it's so exciting.
I got to write that down.
It is so exciting. So we have to schedule the next year's picnic.
If I do not write it down in real time, I will forget it in 5 minutes, and then I'll never do it.
I'm sorry. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know what I was thinking about when I made that joke? We need a "That's What She Said" drop.
I know. That's what she said.
That's what she said. I can't believe I don't have that drop. So.
But you are absolutely correct, Catherine. It is the cool group, and it is, I used to say back when I was first driving and we just started it kept me driving more because it's just lonely when you're out there on the road by yourself. And this is just a way of being, with other people while you're out driving. And should something happen and you have, we're not in the same markets and it's going to be hard to help you, but sometimes it's good to just share.
Yeah, honestly, when I got in my accident with my Pilot after having it for 6 months and put $9,000 worth of damage, Telegram peeps, I threw it out there and they came, scooped me up, and took me home because the car was not running after I hit that. So, I mean, yeah, if you're living in the same market, and I actually encourage people, if you live in other markets and you know other gig workers, try to create a community around that.
Absolutely, and you can use our group or you can use others. So it doesn't matter. It's just good. Right now we have 35 people in the chat.
35.
And
you finally got the number right. Usually you're like, I think we have 78. No, we have 10. No, 35. Yes, 35.
Well, at the highest we were over 50. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
But then the pandemic hit and everything went to shit.
Yeah.
So, but no, so now we're about 35, and a lot of them are talking, so that's really cool. So.
Yeah, if you don't use the app for a year, it just drops you out of the group, if you don't grid on it. But before we jump into stories from the road and the news, couple announcements for 2023. We're going to at least do it for this year. I'm sure we'll continue it, but we are going to add 2 shows extra a month. So we're going to be live streaming every Wednesday at 8 p.m. 2 shows a month will be this format, news, just, catching up, blah, blah, blah. It'll be an
format
hour.
You all know and love.
Yep, an hour show. And then one Wednesday a month, we are going to interview a gig worker. It's only going to be a 30-minute episode. It will be a live stream. It'll be, a max of 30. It could be 20. Just something quick to highlight a gig worker around the country, the world, or whatever, what they're doing, those kind of things. And then the following then it'll be regular format. Then the following Wednesday will be with a gig creator. So Steve from Rideshare Rodeo, Driven Dad is going to be on at the end of the month, and we're going to highlight them, and kind of the same thing. Just like it's not going to be a boring interview. We're going to have fun and stuff like that, but it's just to kind of highlight them.
The focus is adding value.
Adding value.
So definitely anything that we think that can help us all to be more successful,
right?
Because that's what we want to achieve.
Yeah, so it'll be good. Jesper and I are super smart. We're the best of the best in the gig world. But there are people out there that are smarter than us, and we want to pass their knowledge onto you via our platform.
Oh, we are super smart. No, we're not.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
We're just willing to spend all our money doing this shit.
Yeah, exactly. No shit.
Not that smart, really.
All right. Stories from the road. We had New Year's Eve and Christmas through all that since we've last live streamed. Any stories for you?
Yes, a couple. I actually first time I got my first $100 tip. Doing regular bar crowd, because I've gotten $100 tip from before from a somebody I picked up at the airport, which is a longer ride, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this was my first tip. I took a group of young men home from. I picked them up at the Pyramid Scheme downtown Grand Rapids, and they needed to go to Wayland, which, for people who don't know what that is, it's about a 40-minute ride.
No,
35-minute ride. Anyways, it was 35 because it was also snowy. And,
okay, I'll give you that.
So, anyways, and one of the guys was just super drunk. and he got worse and worse as we got closer home, and all the other people in the car was just, oh my gosh, this
felt bad.
Oh yeah, totally bad.
So when he was getting bad, was he being inappropriate?
He was just at one point, and he was a total AD&D dweeb, right? So he was also talking about, I had met a dragon once, and all these.
So you were getting excited. You love D&D.
But then he was like, at one point he went over to, he goes, "Do you love me?"
Sounds like me when I'm drinking.
And I said, "No, I do not. Sit down." So anyways, and it was really there was nothing in it. But then when I dropped them off, the one guy handed me 520s, and they also tipped me $10 in the app. So
dang, yeah. So you made $110 just in tips.
Well, and then the fare, which was like $20, right? So because that's the other thing. It was just there was an XL, so it was probably 30. But anyways,
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
But that was cool.
Catherine said she got a $50 tip on New Year's Eve, 25, 30-minute ride in Mid-Bar Rush. Worth it.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I made $54 in cash tip New Year's Eve, and then a bunch of on the app tip. A lot of people are tipping on the app.
Yeah, so, I was surprised with that.
And then, just really other quip, I had a child seat cancellation New Year's Eve at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh.
Somebody came out, right? They had just finished celebrating their New Year's Eve, and here they come out with the girl
Gotta get home.
With the kids like wrapped up, and one of them is a toddler, right? And I don't understand why they think it's okay.
You know what's so funny?
It's just
in other countries, like in Mexico, they don't use car seats.
No, and I'm okay with that.
No, I was just using it as perspective.
Why do you expect me to break the law for you?
Oh, no, I don't expect you.
No, it's just, ugh.
Y'all, he's calm now. You should have heard the curse words coming out of his mouth that night. Because we were all trying to get the bonus.
I know.
So, I mean, any ride that canceled was stressful. I had a cancellation, too. I'm like, I just wasted probably to drive here and then wait 5 minutes. I probably wasted maybe 10, 12 minutes on this stupid ass ride.
So it's actually kind of funny because Jason and I were following along really well all night long.
Yeah.
We were kind of checking in with each other all New Year's Eve. And so here in our market, New Year's Eve was really only worth it because of the bonus.
Yeah.
So they had added two $200 bonuses to New Year's Eve, one before midnight and one after midnight.
Yeah.
And every time we were checking in, we were like, okay, I'm on ride 5, I'm on 7, and you are like following along really well with each other.
Yeah.
We took breaks at the same time, and it just kind of worked out. So that was kind of fun.
I was a little scared. Sometimes they weren't coming right away. That's what she said. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I'm going to get this. But then we got it an hour before the cutoff for the first one. And then probably an hour again, because it was a 10-hour quest, and I did it in 8. So
yeah, the first one, yeah, we were at the gas station at 8:30 with the first one. So anyways, the interesting part was, as I dropped off my last ride, it practically died.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like no more rides. It was like, what the fuck? But then I heard about somebody, I don't know if you saw that or not, but somebody was saying that they had taken their 11th ride, and the second quest was 11 rides in our market.
Yeah.
They had taken their 11th ride, picked them up at 4:02 in the morning.
Oh.
But he was going to try and contact Uber on Monday to see if he could get his money.
Well, he got the first tier. So there was 4 tiers in the whole thing, but the first tier was $35.
The last tier was $165.
Yeah, it was the big. They're not going to give it to him. I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, that's kind of the reason. Well, there's 2 reasons. I hate taking XLs because my seat stresses me out to put it down. But also, I wanted to get those X's and just bang them out real quick. So I didn't want to wait for an XL.
So again, Catherine, you said you did about $500. I did $735.
Yeah, me too.
And then $54 in cash tips. And that was on top. But only because we had those $400 in bonus.
Oh yeah, I would have made like $380 without the bonuses, something like that, which I mean isn't horrible on a normal. That's great for a normal Saturday night, but not New Year's Eve.
Well, and it certainly wasn't the normal. I mean, I still remember before the pandemic, I was just going bonkers. I mean, it was, and the adrenaline was like up here, right? You're like driving and you're making $50 a ride, and it's just going crazy, and it was super awesome. But that wasn't what it was tonight.
There was no surge.
No,
I mean there was a little bit after midnight in bar closed. There's a little bit of surge, but man, with
my highest I got was $675.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I got more than that. I think there was a couple of $10, a couple of $12, but
the high, because I remember I got surprised, like $675.
Well, obviously because of the quest, there were so many drivers out.
Well, absolutely. So that didn't help at all. And then normally I can do quest and I can do XL and comfort only, and obviously that didn't work at all tonight.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Larry said he had surge, but no bonuses. Catherine's bonuses were like 150, 200, which isn't great. So she did 500, which isn't bad for having small bonuses. Were you able to hit all the bonuses, Catherine? My New Year's Eve, I mean, we just kind of talked about it. I had a decent night, a little stressful at times. Only had one really drunk guy. He sat in the front. Why do all these single drunks sit in the front? Like, sit in the back. pass out.
They want to touch your legs.
Yeah, my beard. That's what they want to do. But he gets in the car. Well, okay, so I pull up. It's the guy's name is Connor or whatever, Kevin. I don't know what it was. And there's a guy sitting by himself. He's got a party hat like laying off the back. Like he looks sad.
Right.
He looks depressed. Nothing. What I've been doing is messaging the second I get there. I've arrived. Then I wait 2 minutes. I'm like, I'm black SUV. No response. Then I call. And I watch this guy pick it up. He's like, I was like, hey, Connor, and his click. He hung up on me. I rolled it down, and I'm like, Connor, get your drunk ass in this car. Okay. He stumbles over. I'm like, you're fucking drunk. Like, I just ripped his ass, and he's just laughing. And then, so we're driving. I'm like, I kind of confirmed the address. He's like, I'm not sure, man. I'm like, well, I'm driving this fucker to where he's going to go. We're not spending time figuring it out, but I hope that was his house. I'm like, does this look familiar? And he's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, all right, buddy, have a good night. I mean, yeah, so
I have one thing I have to say, one more thing, because I actually have to give Jason an attaboy, and I don't like doing that too much because this is after all it's Jason, and
right.
I don't want his ego to get too big. But anyway, so in my car, the new minivan, I have 2 rows of bench seats. Okay, now the front row had. There's like an in-between seat in the middle that actually comes out, like a small seat, and we kind of was talking one night, and actually I need to say as well that my wife had actually mentioned it 2 weeks before, but we all know we
you can't give me a compliment and then
well,
say
but here's
wife.
The problem: I didn't take the seat out when she mentioned it, but I did when you mentioned it. So
well,
there's that. Anyways, long story short, I've had lots of problems with people actually figuring out how to get the seats out of the way.
That's my stress.
And so I took the middle seat out, and I didn't have any issue at all night.
Other than that one cancellation, they were mad at you because you didn't have 7.
That's right. That you are correct. I actually, and here's the thing. They said, "Why has this happened to us all night long?" They said that. I was like, maybe that should have been a point to it.
Because the XL is 6, not 7. So you dumbass.
Like, why does this keep happening to us?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I think when I explained it to you and I was like, yeah, they can just walk right through. And that's my stress. That's why I don't do XL, because they flip it down. I had one girl flip it down wrong, and then she's like, can I just crawl over this? I'm like, no,
you can't.
Like, I mean, would you want me to crawl over your car? Like, this isn't a taxi. This isn't a company vehicle. Like, if I trash it, it's one thing. If you trash it,
then I get mad.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Anyway,
but no. So that was good. So thank you for that, and thank you, Michelle.
One last thing, I have a tip for you, and I feel like a dumbass. I actually wrote it in our chat. Talk about Jason not knowing you can pull the map down on Uber and look at your stats while on an Uber ride. He is a dumbass. Right. And I literally wrote that. I did not know that, y'all. Like, if you're doing a quest and you're trying to figure out how many more you have, if you just, at least on iPhone, well, it must work on Android too, because you have an Android.
Because I told you.
You pull your screen down. I was on Android too. What a dumbass. I wasn't using my iPhone.
Anyways.
You pull your screen down, like you just drag your finger down, and you can see all your stats. You can look at all your messages and all that, even during a ride.
So the story goes, guys, and this is why it's so funny. We are driving together, and Jason goes, and because I asked him, so what, how much have you made so far? And he goes, I don't know. I can't see in between rides. And it's like, what are you talking about? You can't see.
Yeah, because it kept loading a ride every single time. So I don't know how much I made.
I go, Jason, just pull down on the next on the map. Like, he goes, oh.
Yeah, I did not know that. And how long has it been that way? As long as you can remember?
Yeah, I've always done that.
I literally have never known that the entire time I've driven.
So if you don't know that, the tip is if you're using the in-app directions on Uber.
Yes. Obviously if you're in another Google Maps or Waze, it won't work. But
if you're using the in-app direction on Uber, up where it says either your points or your earnings or whatever. No, sorry, in the directions on top, the tab that says the direction on top, you can pull that one down.
Yeah, swipe down.
Swipe that one down, and then that'll get you to the tab that says how many points you have so far, how many money you have, that kind of stuff.
Do you know how many times I used that after I figured it out? I was just
all the time.
Pull it down just a little bit. Okay, one more ride. Yep, one more ride. I didn't even have to remember. I was like, yep, okay, I hit my quest. So I felt like such an idiot. Here I have a podcast and been driving Uber since, I don't know, 2016. And I fucking didn't know that. See, Catherine, took me a couple months to figure out too. See, it only took me 5 years.
So wait, that's only 60 months.
Yeah, that is. That's the size of a car loan. All right, finally, gig in the news. I knew this would be a long intro. So it's kind of Amazon heavy, which we don't normally have that, but kind of old news. But Alexa, thank my driver. We appreciate you. So it started on December 7th. Amazon said if you say that to if you say that to your Alexa device, thank my driver, that driver got $5. Even the DSP drivers, too. It wasn't just flex workers. So it literally lasted 4 days, and it was done. They gave $1 million in 4 days. And so that was pretty cool. They actually brought it back a couple weeks later and did another $1 million, stuff like that. So, yeah, I got actually $5 on one of them.
Well, there you go.
And I hadn't done very many routes in the time. So it's kind of cool, I thought. And then
this one happened.
So here's a video about, whoops, I didn't take that off, about this $5. And I thought this was interesting. It could be just not true, but she basically talks about how Uber's worried about getting sued. I forgot it.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Not
Why do I
Uber.
keep calling it Uber? All right, we'll just play it and we'll talk about it because I forgot the gist. I'm an idiot.
Well, yes.
You've seen this going around online where you can now say, Alexa, thanks my driver, and it will tip your driver. You need to know that that's not Amazon being nice. They're not treating their drivers better. This is in response to a lawsuit against them. I'm Paige Sparks. I'm an employment attorney, and I love suing Amazon because they don't care about the law at all. I'll give it to Amazon. This is very clever how they have framed this. If you say, Alexa, thank my driver, it will tip your last delivery driver $5. This sounds especially nice because the tip is at no additional cost to the customer. While this sounds nice, it's actually in response to a investigation by the FTC and a lawsuit alleging that Amazon has kept delivery drivers' tips for over 2 years. The investigation was launched because the way it was framed showed customers that they were tipping their driver, making them think they were compensating more as gratitude when actually that money was going all to Amazon. Amazon has already paid over $61 million to 140,000 drivers. Don't be fooled by this publicity stunt. Stealing from workers is theft, so if your employer ever messes with your compensation, your tips, or your wages in any way, talk with a local lawyer. Follow me to learn more about your rights at work.
See, here's the thing, though. They've already paid the $61 million, so why would they do this on top of that? Like, is it like a PR thing? Are they like trying to make the drivers feel better?
Just to make you feel, yeah.
But why would they wait so long? You would think once the lawsuit got filed, they're like, oh, shit, let's do this now. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I believe her 100%.
This is, I mean, I don't know, but maybe this is just a way of kind of...
Or maybe it was part of the settlement that we didn't know.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But I can see it definitely being both ways. I mean, that it could either be true or not true, what she's mentioned. I mean, it doesn't seem that outrageously crazy, I guess.
That Amazon would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What she's saying is true.
And honestly, this is why I say this all the time about Amazon. They can still be nice to their employees and be awesome and still make $1 billion. I don't know why they're just so cutthroat. I hate that so much.
Right.
But I use them every day. I probably order something from Amazon every day.
Have you gotten one of the new type of cardboard yet?
Mm-mm.
So we got some deliveries just before Christmas that now have a different type of cardboard. And so it's not the same type of corrugated cardboard. It's less corrugated.
Okay.
And the package is all kind of made to kind of fit exactly around the item. So it gets made differently and you kind of tear it open. So it's not it's not put together with tape or anything.
Yeah, it's paper.
Supposedly they use way less glue to make that cardboard.
Yeah.
And so it's better for the for the environment. So,
okay.
So that's kind of cool. And what I think is kind of cool about that too is that when a company the size of Amazon does this, it makes a difference.
Yeah, and people and companies will follow suit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a big recycler. I'm a big hippie lover with that stuff, and I hate getting out of those boxes. Like I hate when they send like an SD card in a box like, this big, and it's like somebody didn't care about their job in that moment. They're just like, I don't care. Just throw it in there. It's the end of my shift. I'm not thinking. But anyways.
Yep.
Let's see. Another Amazon. So this is a note. I see these notes too every time. Please have driver leave the deliveries at front door on the 3rd floor and not near the sidewalk where anyone can walk off with them. I spoke to the driver and he said he can't go up the stairs because he has a bad knee. Send a driver with 2 good knees. I don't think anyone has 2 good knees, even a 20-year-old. But
it's just,
yeah. So here's my thing with Amazon. I get these notes all the time. Amazon does not care when they send the package out. I had a business yesterday, and remember, it costs me money to go back to the warehouse. I had a business yesterday, so we closed at 3. My route didn't start till 3:30. Did I deliver that package? Fuck yeah, I did. No one was there. I hid it behind a bush, took a picture, and left. If they complain, Amazon will fix it or whatever. But right. I'm not driving. Amazon sent me this package. I'm not driving back to the warehouse. You do not pay me to drive back to the warehouse. You pay me from the warehouse to my last stop.
Right.
And after that, I'm on my own. So, yeah, these notes people put in there, I'm like, I'm not bringing anything back. So I'm delivering it. I don't care where I put
Throwing it in a landfill.
No, I will never do that. No, I will bring stuff back if it gets canceled.
Yeah.
Like en route, I've had it a couple times where someone canceled it and I had to bring it back. But yeah, I'm definitely not bringing
Could you not just bring it back the next day?
You can, but what happens if I wasn't doing another route?
Well, true.
So I still got to drive back.
Yeah.
You know, and depending on where my route is, if I have to pass the warehouse to get home, okay, I'll drop it off. But like if I have a route in Holland,
right,
and the warehouse is in Walker, I have to drive past my house to go to Walker and then turn around and drive back.
So how often do you pick up in Walker and how often do you pick up on 64th Street?
Nothing on 64th Street. That's not a warehouse to pick up from.
Oh, okay.
That's just where workers ship it out and trucks pick it up.
Yep.
There's one on 44th Street right by Steelcase, and there's one in Walker. I thought there was one more. There was they closed that one down, but I try to do the Walker one because that typically goes west, and the Kentwood one usually goes south, and like Kalamazoo. Like I went to Kalamazoo the other day, so
that sucks.
48 miles just to get to route. So
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, it wasn't great. All right, what do we got next?
Here's a TikTok.
This is funny.
A dumb kid who orders an Uber. Let's see it.
All right. Hey, Janet. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Here we go. This is hilarious.
You can have a kid who's incredibly book smart but common sense-wise out to lunch. Buddy of mine has one of those. His son, Kyle, 22 years old, honor student, couldn't find his way out of the rain. 3 of us go out one night, contact Uber for a ride home. Kyle pulls it up on the app. He goes, all right, our driver is Nassim Altima Jasson, must be Muslim. My buddy grabs his phone. He goes, we're looking for a Nissan Altima. Guy's name is Jason.
Did you see Jason's rating in there? It was a 4.2. Oh, shit.
That's more than you.
What? I'd be deactivated by now. But I thought that was funny. Thanks for Jesper for finding
Nissan Altima.
Yeah. Here's another Amazon one. Again, a little bit late, but it's freaking hilarious. So I saw this on Reddit. Drink ideas. Hey guys, one of my best friends from high school invited me to a party she's having at her apartment. The theme is bring drinks based on your job. This is in the Amazon subreddit. I'm having a little trouble thinking of ideas, hoping some other drivers can help me out if you have any ideas. I appreciate hearing from you. And the idea, twisted tea in water bottles that look like piss bottles. Depending on the party, that can be shaky because you're moving a beverage from a sealed container to a new one. A little sketchy. I just put some tape on them and that says piss bottle or something, but leave them sealed. Extra points if you can get the awful Amazon Prime tape they use on boxes. You're not going to believe. So it's so funny. Like Reddit kind of, didn't mean to do that. Reddit kind of does advertising of other subreddits. Yep. And I see this one. I'm not a DSP driver, but I see it all the time. Once a week, there's like, came into my truck today, bunch of piss bottles rolling around the back of the seat. It's just like, if you're using a shared truck, take your piss bottles out.
I know. It's like, come on.
I mean,
clean up it to yourself.
I mean, I have my own truck. I can leave my own piss bottles in there. It's my own piss. I don't have to worry about it.
But don't you clean it up every day?
Not every day. I just dump it out.
Well, yeah, no, but you empty the bottle every day. Yeah.
I empty it right after I take a pee.
Yeah. So but I don't like it in there for days.
Yeah, not with pee in it, but it still kind of stinks. I'm not gonna lie. Probably should get a new bottle, but I just think it's funny. Twisted tea and water bottles.
How many years?
What?
How old is the bottle?
That bottle is only since November. Since I started back in gig work.
Does it start deteriorating after some time?
What?
Does the bottle start deteriorating?
No, but it gets some junk in the bottom. You asked, bro. You asked.
Nasty,
yeah. Anyways, right. I didn't have this ready. Of course I didn't have it ready. I'm a professional. This is the last week for Work Solo, so please download the app. We would really appreciate it. Work Solo is an app that you download that is free for the first couple weeks. They keep adding weeks for mine. Maybe it's because we're talking about them. But basically, they take millions of data points in cities across the country to create daily optimized work schedules for you that they guarantee, making up the difference if you earn less. They also help you track all of your 1099 income, expenses, miles, and project your taxes in one easy-to-navigate dashboard. I'd like to try the taxes one because I'm curious how they would do that. Like, because they don't know my whole story. Like, they don't know my wife works and everything, but maybe it's just for your specific income.
Right.
They take the mileage off and everything. But so if you work in a city that has the SMART guarantee, basically that's a lot of Seattle, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Dallas. I'm not going to go through all of them. It's all the big cities, not in Grand Rapids yet, but please download the app that will help get it here. And then they are in Detroit. But basically what happens is Solo will tell you, I guess I can take this off. Solo will tell you, hey, We've analyzed your data. On Wednesdays from 11 to 1, you need to do DoorDash, and we guarantee you'll make $20 an hour. Right. If you don't, we'll pay the difference.
Right.
Now, you have to work that app during those 2 hours, and then they'll guarantee that income.
And you have to connect your apps so that they know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're all worried about connecting your apps, every app you can do that. It's all security and stuff like that, so don't worry about that. But check it out. It's $3.99 a month for the basic and $7.99 a month for the smart schedule plan if it's in your city. So check it out. Download the app. Damn it, please and thank you. Love you. Larry downloaded it yesterday. Probably not from our link.
It's Larry. Of course he used our link.
Of course he did.
Speaking of links, on the new website, we have a brand new gear section that talks about some things that if you're just getting started, or if you've been driving for a little bit, and you still don't kind of know what kind of gear you need to have or whatever, this has like 8. I think it has 8 pieces of gear that is good to have. 4 musts, and then there's 4 that good to haves as well. So it just it's just our opinion about some things that you should should acquire or a good one to have. So
they're like staples, like barf bags. A dash cam. What else did we have on there?
There's
charging cords.
There's a charging cords. So there's actually a charging station that you could put up for your passengers. That supports all the phones.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also a phone mount, which is the wireless phone mount, which supports all the newer phones. And that's if you're doing any kind of Uber delivery, Uber Eats, anything like that, it's a must-have to have
the wireless
one, because you can just plop it right into the to the holder and then take it again. You don't have to fool with the cord all the time.
I was so excited when I finally upgraded my phone from my 10 that didn't have wireless charging. I was like, oh, this is like a game changer. I love it so much.
So
all right, moving on.
You okay over there?
Yeah. You're up.
No, you are.
Aren't we doing the TikTok under the Solo app?
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Yep. Go ahead. I missed that one. I'm sorry. So now we're going to play another TikTok. But it's somebody. I think that person's being a little bit rude.
Yes.
You guys can think what you can let me know what you think.
I'm going to play it a couple times. Basically, the lady asked for a tip. It's hard to hear right away, but I'm going to bump the volume up a little bit. So.
Tip?
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
So you have a car? So you... Okay.
Well,
just so
I'm
you know.
for the convenience. So.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
But
You have a good day. Take care.
Come get it, next time.
So she asked for a tip.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
So you have a car? So you pay us.
Well,
Just so
I'm
you know.
paying for the convenience, so.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
But
You have a good day. Take care.
come get it, next time.
So do you think she got fired? Yeah, 100%. She worked for Domino's, it looked
Come
like.
get it yourself next
time.
What does it? No.
I mean, I got to give her the balls of doing it because we've all wanted to say something, right? Well, I mean, you don't do – I try not to take no-tip orders. Like, sometimes I get burned. DoorDash, raises the base pay, and it hits my criteria, but there's still no tip on it. But, man, she's got some kahunas to
I would
say that.
call Domino's and say –
Oh, she instantly got fired. Like, they would be like, but yeah.
No.
I appreciate her doing that for the rest of the world that works on tips. Thank you for losing your job.
And the thing is, though, too, you should always tip. You know, your pizza delivery, whatever it is, just always tip because they're doing a service for you.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But don't be that rude person that's always like, tip? No, I have a car. Come on.
So the thing is, when I worked Jets, when I used to deliver Jets pizza, I got paid an hourly rate on top of that.
Right.
Now, I think they've got smarter and they've realized when you go out for delivery, it drops to $2.52.
Right.
And then when you come back to the shop, the restaurant, it goes back up. But I mean, a minimum wage, it was like $7, but I got that plus a tip. Plus the delivery fee I got. Or I got $1 of the delivery fee. So the delivery fee for the customer is $2.50.
Okay.
I got $1 plus $7 an hour. So even if I took a delivery with no tip, at least I'm covered a little bit.
Sure.
But I don't know if they do that with Domino's. But
yeah, I don't know.
Why didn't you block this guy?
I can't because it's on Twitch.
Oh,
now you've got it up
no,
there.
What the fuck?
Nobody. It's just Twitch.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I don't have Twitch up, but
just delete it.
I can't.
Nobody's seeing it.
I know.
It's only people on Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you're only on Twitch, that's the only people can see it. And I don't think anyone's on Twitch. Oh, somebody is. This guy.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Hi, I want to offer a promotion of your channel viewers and followers, views and chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. AutoOn, incredible, flexible, and convenient order management panel. Everything is in your hands. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to fuckyou.com and sign up.
It doesn't say that.
I want to do voiceovers. I would love to do that.
Please hire Jason for voiceover.
I know. I'm gonna create a file. I'm gonna do it. Okay. This next one, we've all done DoorDash. Yesper's done one. I've done like 500.
I did like a Saturday of DoorDash.
Did you?
Yeah, me and Julia, we had fun.
I always ask my kids to go. They don't ever want to go. Maybe they hate me. And then the route before, I was like, hey, Megan, you want to go on the route with me? She's like, nah.
It's like spend the whole day in the car with you.
Why would the whole day? It was like 3.5 hours. It's like a terrible
That was
road
the
trip.
first day I also picked. The first time I ever picked up a Mr. Beast order.
Okay. You love Mr. Beast. All right. So this is DoorDash subreddit. Said the customer sent me to the side of the highway. Couldn't get a hold of the customer at all. It said to leave it at the door. So he's basically on a guardrail. Looks like just put it right on the highway. I mean, I've had that before. The thing is, though, he could have taken it. Support could have said, just dispose of it or give it to a homeless person or something like that. But I had it one time. I had this order. I drove it. It ends up being a parking lot. No buildings around. I mean, it wasn't like it was in Kentwood, but there was buildings around, but it didn't make sense. The pin was like right here. Looked online, messaged the customer, no answer. So I just dropped it off there. Like just as I was dropping off, the customer sent me a message. Oh, yeah, my address is such and such. Can you take it there? It was like 10 miles down the road. I'm like, no. No, I'm not going to do that. And DoorDash isn't going to give me more money to do it. So, sorry. He'll get a refund. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a dick. Maybe I should have brought it to him.
Well, but the thing is, though, he should put in the right address.
Yeah, but we're all human.
I understand. But what if he did it on purpose, just to get a cheaper route?
Yeah, that's true. That is 100%. That's a possibility,
right?
Just to get a cheaper price.
Yeah. And maybe other people have to. Well, I actually live, in Detroit.
Yeah, can you run that over here?
No, I cannot.
No, sir, I can't.
Speaking of that, I did actually get a ride request to down to the casino, and I turned it down.
Yeah,
New Year's Eve. Yeah.
I mean, it's so. I mean, you would probably do it if it was non-New Year's Eve and you weren't trying to get a bonus, right?
What? This was an X ride, and I was only going to make $20. I'm not driving to the casino for $20.
Yeah, would you have said, "Hey, I'd love to do that, but I'm going to need $20 for the ride back too"? Or would you just not even mess with it because it's such a short ride?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I do not like having to deal with X rides.
I get it.
Ugh.
I get it. It's less money.
Well, it's less money, but then the other thing too is, and this is what I'm finding. Normal nights when I do XL and Comfort only, I don't have to deal with the stupid, what's it called?
Oh, trip radar.
The trip radar.
Yeah.
Because there's like no XL rides on the trip radar.
So why do you care about the trip radar? It doesn't pop up. It just makes a ding.
No, I know, but it almost immediately after it goes up on the trip radar, that same ride gets assigned to me.
That's true. If no one grabs it.
I know. It's like, I don't want that stupid ride. I'm not going to drive 19 minutes to give somebody a 2-minute ride. No, I'm not. And so it's killing my rating.
Oh, I see.
Right? Again, which it doesn't really matter a whole lot.
No.
But so yeah, I really want to drive with just no X on at all because I don't like X.
I mean, I would too. Honestly, if I had a better way, I'm not getting an XL vehicle. When I upgrade, It will be a hybrid. It will be an X only SUV. But if I were to get another XL, I would for damn sure make sure you could walk through the middle of it, or it was fucking easy as pie to open that back door because it is pain in the ass, and I hate it. All right, yes, for our latest in tech layoffs, DoorDash, let's go.
Latest in tech, DoorDash lays off 1,250 people.
They should be rolling in cash from the pandemic.
So I just don't understand it, right? So this is an article in Forbes. Basically, they're talking about these 1,250 people they're laying off, and they are talking about the financial outlook as they are. But what I don't get, so they have this long article about it, but so here's the thing that drives me crazy. Companies trying to cut expenses since operating expenses last quarter was $2 billion. And the revenue was only $1.7 billion. Those two numbers don't compute. So in a quarter, they lost $0.3 billion.
How do you spend in 3 months
$300 million in negative?
I mean, are they trying to be negative?
Like,
are they trying to not be profitable?
On? But then again, if you have to lay off 1,250 employees, corporate employees, right?
Yeah.
Because this isn't delivery drivers they're getting rid of. This is just the people, and it's just crazy, right? So with 439 million total orders, so 439 million orders in the third quarter, they still lost $295 million. So something is off with that model.
Yeah, they probably do that so they can be like, oh, yeah, we can't raise the base rate, or we have to lower the base rate because we're not making enough money. How are they not making money? We've talked about fees in the receipt, and they're insane.
Right.
What are they doing with their money?
It's just, they're spending it on all the wrong things, I'm sure. And then it's just...
When are these tech companies actually going to be profitable? Like, is there any of them profitable right now? Like, I mean, sorry for his like gig.
But if you look at it, I mean, Uber has no interest in being profitable.
Why though?
Because it's not going to gain them anything. Then they have to start paying dividends to all the people who owns it.
I mean, I guess if you wanted to be profitable, you would be looking to sell it, right? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be your end goal, is to sell it or not?
No, Uber. No. Who would Uber sell it to?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why be profitable? No one's going to buy this. We're always going to be on the.
At some point, you do have to show a profit, right? Because otherwise, people are going to lose the trust in your stock, and they're going to
But that's what I'm saying. You just said they don't have to make a profit, but they kind of do.
I think when it's companies of that insane size, it's this whole tax game that they're playing.
Yeah. And it can go on for like 15 years, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and again, I'm not a tax lawyer, so I'm sure I don't know any of that stuff. I mean, look at Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make billions of dollars, at least not on paper.
No.
I mean,
no. It's just weird. Like, DoorDash not profitable. Lyft, I mean, hanging on by a thread. Uber not profitable. What other? Grubhub's probably not profitable. Name a gig company not profitable.
I guess the real question here is, what is their benefit of being profitable on paper?
I mean, for their stockholders, I guess. I don't know. I mean, if
anybody else knows the actual real answer to that question, I'd love to know.
Well, if I was super rich and I had, 500 million in DoorDash stock, let's just say, I'd be fucking pissed if they're not making money. Like, I mean, I guess if I had 500 million, it's probably like $50 to us. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, maybe you wouldn't be pissed that they weren't making money. I don't know. I don't get it either. I'm not a finance guy. I'm sure somebody could explain it to us, but it'd be way over our head.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And I mean, Uber is spending so much money on everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
Yeah, that's the crazy part. So DoorDash, what's DoorDash's excuse? Uber has all this R&D for Uber Freight and Uber Autonomous. And
but don't
Uber...
you think DoorDash is constantly playing with their model in all different markets or whatever, trying to make it better?
And we'll talk about this. But my point is, what R&D do they have that they are buying stuff?
No, I don't know.
I mean, it's all got to be labor with people trying to figure shit out. But anyways.
So anyways, real quick, what's happening with the DoorDash layoffs? So basically it goes on to say DoorDash is laying off 1,250 people. Equates to 6% of its workforce. DoorDash has 8,600 corporate employees at the end of 2021, which I also think is ridiculous. 8,600 people, right? The company will offer 17 weeks of severance, and healthcare will continue until March of next year. So even though the fact that they let him go right now,
they have a huge severance package.
There's a huge severance package, and there's lots of added costs in healthcare and all that stuff. Which, by the way, don't even get me started on healthcare. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
These recent layoffs mean that DoorDash is joining other major companies like Amazon, Twitter, Meta, and Lyft in cutting staff in 2022. Basically, the article goes on to say that because of the boom of the pandemic, everybody hired a ton of people because they couldn't keep up, and now obviously the pandemic is over, everybody is back, there's soaring inflation, people aren't buying shit anymore.
Yeah.
Now they have to let go of people again. So
that's
basically what's going on.
Sucks for them, but they'll find a job. You know what's really funny? Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, never mind. I'm an idiot. All right, moving on.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, we know that. All right, so speaking of R&D, DoorDash, new feature, End of Dash Destination. Our new pilot feature, End of Dash Destination, lets you set an address that you can head toward at the end of your dash. You'll get matched with the orders as you head in that direction.
So how well is that going to work, do you think?
See, for me, it wouldn't, because what they're trying to do, I think, is sometimes I'll get orders in Granville for way in Grand Rapids and Kentwood. They're probably trying to add a feature of like, okay, we sent this guy to, BFE. He's way out of his zone. He's not in the Granville, it's like Granville, Hudsonville, Genesis zone. He's now in Grand Rapids.
Yep.
Let's give him an opportunity to plug in his address, and maybe he gets an order back to, Granville, Hudsonville. But most of the time, I'm only within 6-7 miles of my little home zone, so I would never use it.
Right.
But just basically a destination filter for... like Uber.
But we all know how well the destination
it doesn't work.
Uber works.
It'll be bullshit, just like the rest of them. So.
But so here's the other question: do you think that it's because it's such a small market, it's simply not working for us, and it's working better in some of the bigger markets?
Yeah, you could be right. I don't know like how big a zone is in Chicago. Like it may be really huge. It may not be. But yeah, if I go from my over 131, I'm in another zone. Mm-hmm. So it's not that far east.
Speaking of bigger markets, some of the stories. So Jamie, that we talked about a little bit earlier, she used to be an LA driver, and some of the crazy stories that she said about where it's like, oh, there's no way I would ever drive in LA.
Yeah, John McCallion, he does out in LA too, and he's like, it's crazy out here sometimes.
I just would not. But again, then she's also talking about some of the crazy money she used to make in LA at one point. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Real
quick, upside, if you haven't used the app, download it in our description.
Use our link.
Use our link, please. And basically, it's an app that saves you money on gas. It's not all the gas stations. You just put your zip code in or wherever you are, search this area. Yep. Sometimes they 10, 15, 20 cents off. For your first fill-up, Upside will give you 50 cents off. If you add a promo code GIGEconomy25, they'll give you an additional 25 cents off. So it's 50 cents off per gallon, your first fill-up.
Yep.
And
that's pretty cool. And Jason, let us know, how much have you saved so far?
I've earned $131.
Yep. And I'm almost at $50.
Yep. I think I have 75 in that I haven't cashed out yet. So, yep. Check it out. Link is in the description. Appreciate you guys using it.
It is pretty. Yeah. And it's, why not do it? It's easy.
Yeah.
Actually, it's getting easier and easier to use it. When I first started out, I had to like upload a picture of my receipt and everything. Now I don't even have to check in anymore.
Yeah.
I just claim it. I go there. I said I paid. I'm done.
Yeah, the gas station I go to doesn't do that, and it's so annoying. And they fucking never have receipt paper in their thing.
I know you got to
so
go
I
inside.
fill it, and then I wait for it. I'm like, okay, receipt gods, am I gonna have to walk into the gas station today? And I'm rubbing my hands, and I'm waiting, and then nothing happens. So,
Receipt cards.
yeah, it's so annoying. But yeah, I don't know why some do and some don't.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so. This is from one of the group chats on Facebook. Arrived to pick up at airport run. Dude comes out about 2 minutes into the timer and puts his shit in the back of my vehicle. Then goes back into his house and shuts the door. I guess he's one of these that think that if they put some things of theirs inside your vehicle, that you are forced to wait out indefinitely until they're ready. Well, about that. And he obviously just took it out of his car and left.
Yeah, luggage on the sidewalk. So Janet or Larry, which he'll probably talk about, he's going to be our first guest next week, Wednesday. He had a kid. The dad had a car seat for the kid, but left the kid in the car while he went in the store. And it's like the same thing. Like, obviously, you're not going to take off with a kid in there.
Right.
But if the luggage isn't there, I've had people do that too. And it's so annoying. I had one time I had guys' laundry. Do you remember that long conversation on Telegram?
Yeah.
I never put it out there, but I was so close to taking all his laundry and he was in the bank.
Yep.
And putting it on the sidewalk. And I mean, I waited 20 minutes for him to come out. I was so pissed, but that is a scam, y'all. People, not a scam, but people are trying to make you wait there by leaving shit in the car. But
yeah, I actually had a group. I think it wasn't New Year's Eve. Was it the week before? Maybe it was. Anyways, I was. They needed to go up and get something at their hotel room, so I picked them up at a restaurant. Drove to the hotel, which was all downtown within 2 minutes, right? So no big deal. Pulled in, and then they all left. First, I thought the one was going to stay, but then all of a sudden they all left, and they left all their drinks. So obviously they didn't have any open containers, but they had a bunch of closed containers, and like they were going to go drink somewhere.
In your van?
Yeah. So they just left that, and then we'll be right back. It's like, okay, I guess.
Where were they going?
Just up to I was at the hotel. They were all going to go up and get a couple of Coke or whatever. Oh, yeah. I did.
You did?
They were only gone for like a minute, so it was fine. But
no way they were gone longer than a minute.
Maybe two. I mean, they were really cool, and they tipped me $20 in cash.
Oh, well, there you go. Moving on, this is from Chris Postumus. Thank you for that. He's a local driver in our group, posts a lot of stories. Uber partners with Meijer to expand on-demand grocery delivery across Midwest. So this is going to be a little bit of a game changer for Meijer, just due to the fact that Shipt is kind of the primary one. Now, DoorDash will do it here and there, and maybe that's why Uber jumped on. But beginning with this week, which this article is December 16th, nearly 250 Meijer locations will be available to shop through Uber and Uber Eats this coming holiday season. Uber One members benefit from 0 delivery fees and 5% off a Meijer order of 35 or more. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're raising the prices in there. It doesn't really say.
But then you have to go shop for them. I'm not doing that.
I will. Sometimes it's 3 items.
You know.
Well, it's super easy.
Don't care.
I did 2 DoorDash. I took the alcohol test. I said that to my wife. She's like, an alcohol test? I'm like, no, to like pick up alcohol. I did 2 DoorDashes. What was I telling you? Like the day after New Year's Eve?
Yep.
Or the day after
And it was super early in the morning.
It was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and one was like Fireball and Jack and Coke, and then the other one. And I did 2 in a row. So, no, I don't mind running it. Like, it's good. If the money is right, it's good for me to get out of my car, stretch my legs, get some fresh air. You know, we're not like you and a hermit sitting in your car for 12 hours carrying people around. So
I could actually drive for 6 hours without even stopping for a piss.
What? Oh my gosh, you're like a camel.
Let's skip number 12 because it's boring anyways. Let's go on to 13.
So yeah, you can. I think that's cool. I'm glad Meijer did that.
It is.
Skip number 12.
Yeah, it's boring.
That's the drone.
Oh. Well, I guess we can do that. Okay, fine.
What I was going to say was I thought I forgot the drone Because
No,
it didn't say
right.
drone in the article.
Okay, fine. So anyways, drone, Walmart announces policy change and millions of customers are set to benefit, but it'll cost you $3.99. So basically, in Florida, they are expanding their drone delivery market. They have been doing it for a while now.
Yeah.
And so there's a company called, what's it called?
Drone Up.
Thank you, Drone Up. And so Walmart is teaming up with Drone Up and some of the larger markets and is now offering drone delivery basically between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. If what you're ordering is less than 10 pounds, you can in some cases have it delivered as early as 30 minutes. By drone, it flies to you. It lowers it down. Sinks it down. It lowers it down.
It drops it right on your head.
Yeah. And leaves it in your vicinity, I guess I could say. So that's pretty cool. And definitely a service that is going to continue to expand.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is though, is like, how much is it really going to do? Like, you know what I mean? It's only up to 10 pounds. It's not like you're getting your grocery delivery.
But that's right now.
Yeah. But I mean, even so, like, can you imagine? Think about how many drivers go to my Walmart in Granville to take curbside orders. Can you imagine having 40, 50 drones flying out? I mean, it'd be a fucking nightmare.
Right.
Who's running this? Some Walmart associate making $12 an hour?
That's the other thing. So it's all flown. All the drones are actually operated by trained Drone Up employees.
Got you.
So yeah, no, this is all, done real and according to the Federal Aviation Administration standards. So that that's also part of it. So
I think the Drone Up is like I clicked on that link and it goes right to it says we're not here yet. I put my address in. Like you put your email address.
Right, you have to go to Drone Up to test and see if it's available for you, but they're not. The one thing I thought was kind of cool was in 2020, Walmart used it to deliver COVID-19 tests to people.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
You could have like a ton of them on like a tether and just drive over fly over the houses and drop.
Yep.
Yeah. As much as I don't want them to take our jobs, I think it's far away, but I still think it's such a cool thing to.
It's definitely a cool thing, but it's still, it's not within reach, obviously.
No, I mean, I feel like it's 20 years away before you're like literally delivering a week's worth of groceries on a drone.
I don't think 20, but definitely.
I mean, we've been talking about autonomous vehicles since we started this podcast. It's been 5 years, and it still hasn't come to fruition.
It's 5 years closer.
Yeah, but what? People died? Like
what? You got to give them a chance. Come on.
All right, real quick. As you probably have heard, Uber is canceling their fuel surcharge.
Don't get my 55 cents anymore.
I know this. Thank you for Larry for sharing this. Back in March, we introduced a temporary fuel surcharge on all trips, 45 to 55 cents on every trip. 100% of this amount has been going directly to you. You'll get it's already over now until January 3.
Yep.
But yeah, they're actually changing the Uber Pro card. I didn't have that article up, but if you use the Uber Pro card, they're like taking away a ton of bennies from it. Like
I know,
they've
it's
really trimmed it down. I don't recommend using those anyways.
I use the Moves card.
Moves. I recommend Moves. I earn stock every time I get gas. It's super cool. So I love the Moves card.
Well, not every time you get gas. Every time you get paid, you're in stock.
Yeah, but you do get from gas too.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. But
and I think what they do is they give you stock of the app you use the most when you get gas.
Sense.
Yeah. Last thing, real quick. Do you want me to read it or do you want to do it?
I can do it.
This is in Grand Rapids, by the way.
Yeah. So this is a really cool story. So this is on the Reddit group, DoorDash drivers of Grand Rapids. I think it's a Reddit group.
It's
Anyways,
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, sorry. So while staying this is a really cool feel-good story. While staying at DeVos Children's Hospital, Children's Hospital, I ordered DoorDash for my son who is going through chemo. Chicken and flaming hot Cheetos sounded good, so I ordered as soon as he mentioned it because eating is a struggle. The store didn't have flaming hot Cheetos. I sent a text to my Dash. I asked him if there was a store near here he could check to see if they had any. I promised him an extra $20 in cash. He didn't even hesitate. Mentioned he knows how it is. His girlfriend loves them as well and how many bags I wanted. I told him they were for my son. He drops them off and refused to tip and said it was on him and he would be praying for our family. Logan, thank you. Thank you so much for your kindness. You made our night. I did edit his tip in the app. I truly hope he receives it.
Yeah, fucking DoorDash
So-
probably stole it. Sorry.
I think it brings up a good opportunity here, though. As we're out there driving and as we're out doing this thing, too. I mean, I was looking at one of your TikToks the other day. It's like, you can be a hero out there.
Yeah.
You can be a hero. This is a great opportunity for you to just be a positive influence on other people.
Yeah.
So you can certainly do that. And I mean, this was cool. Logan had a great way of just bringing a smile to this person, to this mom, and who, this just made her day.
Sometimes
made her day.
You lose a little money on an order, but if you make a smile, and especially she's going through some shit, obviously with her kid having cancer,
exactly,
and that's rough, and I can't.
So
Logan,
good on you, Logan.
Good job. I appreciate you doing that, and don't feel guilty if you wouldn't do that, but but just try to look for those little opportunities just to spread a little extra kindness because there's a lot of shitty people out there, and
there's that.
But yeah. Well, that is a wrap, folks. That was a fast show. We're at hour 3, and we're going to wrap it up. Just a reminder, we will be here next week at 8 o'clock. A little different format, a little fun, more. I don't know if it would be more fun. It might be boring. I don't know.
Different format.
It'd be different format.
We'd love for you guys to join us again.
Yep, and then back to our normal the following Wednesday, and then the Wednesday after that, then the new format with the gig creator. So appreciate you guys listened. All the links are in the description. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
Good night. This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.